Namaste. Welcome to NNR TV. Today we are going to discuss with regard to the recent violence in the border near Ladakh between Indian troops and the Chinese troops. We all know that India and China share their borders. It's a very long border right from Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Sikkim, and then Ladakh, and some parts of Jammu and Kashmir also. The border dispute between India and China is not new since 1962, after the Indo-China War over Tibet during Jawaharlal Nehru's period. The dispute is increasing day by day. Several times there was a clash between Indian troops and Chinese troops. China has always attempted to territory illegally and occupy it. The thing is that the mindset of the Chinese government, Liberation Army, PLA, the Chinese army, they are basically expansionist. They want to expand their areas. With a view to expand, they try to enter into our land. Therefore, the border dispute. In fact, there was a dispute between India and China, trying to put barbed wires, and Chinese people objected to it. The line of actual control, LAC, is basically an imaginary line between the two countries. And China has always tried to enter our lands. The parts of Arunachal Pradesh. I have visited Nathula Pass, and the borders I have seen, the Chinese troops, the Chinese army, they here and there, they move around the place. The Indian army is on that side. We have -0°C weather there. Very difficult to breathe. In those atmospheres, our Indian army is protecting our borders. Similarly, the recent incident at Galwan area of Ladakh, which is a river, there are valleys there, ravine, where few days before the incident took place on Monday, there was a high-level meeting of the military officers of both the countries, and they have agreed that there will not be any exchange of fires, and they will maintain peace and tranquility, and that they will not enter into our areas. But however, the Chinese army tried to enter our area, and with the Indian army resisting them several times. Even before this incident took place, there was a fisticuffs and there was a pushing of each other at the point 14, PP14, and there the Chinese and Indian army had a scuffle. But this incident which has happened, it happened during the midnight. There is a ravine, the Galwan is a river, and the river valley ravine is there. So therefore, as per the agreement, no fire should be opened. So therefore, when Chinese people tried to enter into our remaining land, our brave soldiers, under the leadership of Santosh Babu, who martyred now, 20 people were martyred during this scuffle. And the report says, ANI and other agencies, says that the Chinese people also suffered huge casualty ranging from around 35 to 50. So therefore, it is not the question as who lost more soldiers or who lost more lives. The question is why China is doing like this. One. Secondly, why our opposition parties, including the Congress party, is trying again and again to mislead people. One must remember that during 2013, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi visited China. They signed an agreement with JP there. They were then vice premier. And they have tried to maintain a relation with both the people. And a time came when Adhir Ranjan Roy, the leader of opposition parliament, he tweeted against the Chinese government and China. He was made to delete the tweet because the Congress party had tacit understanding with China and the Chinese government. Even today, I'm surprised that China, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi questions Modi government that they have to break the silence and this and that. What are they? Why our unarmed people went there? There's a history for it. In 1996, on November 29, 1996, there was an agreement between Government of India and Republic of India and the Government of People's Republic of China. That agreement is known as the Republic of China Confidence Building Measures in the Military Field along the line of control in Japan, and this agreement has taken place between both the countries, and there were certain clauses, there were some certain conditions, and as per these conditions, both the parties should maintain restraint. The agreement contained nearly the article, nearly 10 articles, and clauses around 7 to 8 clauses, where both the countries have agreed that they should not use force, they should not use arms, and there should not be any fighting. But one, we must remember that in spite of this agreement, China was never calm. They always tried to provoke India. They always tried to provoke India since 1962. 1967, there was a clash between Indian army and the Chinese army near Sikkim. Then in 1988, in 1993, 1996, 2005, 2012 and 2013, all these years, some or other part of these border areas, there was a clashes between Indian army and Chinese army. Why I am telling this history is that in 2013, Manmohan Singh was the Honorable Prime Minister, and when the Chinese army was introduced in our areas, he gave us the questions in Parliament, and Manmohan Ji kept quiet. He did not answer anything. And in fact, we surrendered ourselves to Chinese aggressions. So therefore, they should remember that China is always tried to interfere and enter into some other's land. It is not new for them. In 1969, they entered Soviet Union. There was a war between, a small type of war between Soviet Union and Chinese regarding the border dispute. Then in 1979, they attacked Vietnam because they shared the borders with Vietnam, Soviet Union, and other countries also. And China is trying to construct CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, through which they want to arm twist Indian government by opening ways to Pakistan, and thereby Chinese getting control over Pakistan area, so that the Indian side in India can be controlled by the Chinese through proxy by using the Pakistan government. Similarly, today we must see that China strategically, rather for over few years, have now entered into Sri Lanka, entered into Nepal through the Nepal People's Army, and then Pakistan. All the other countries, which are buffer countries, which India shares its border, right? China has entered there through different designs and trying to blackmail India, trying to disturb Indian peace at the borders area. We recently had the Doklam, 2017 Doklam border issue between Bhutan, Bhutan, India and China. But diplomatically we could solve it. Narendra Modi's government was highly successful in solving the Doklam issue. But today, this Galwan incident has taken place. There, it is the Chinese who are the aggressors. Today, India is trying to protect its own land. The Chinese army is trying to enter into Indian land, and when they try to enter and they have entered, it is the Indian army which is trying to prevent them to protect our borders and protect our sovereignty. Today, all the 20 martyrs, they have martyred to save our motherland, save our borders, and save our sovereignty. But unfortunately, today, the Congress party makes politics of it. I question the Congress party's earlier chief, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, on his tweet that why Indian people, Indian army went without arms, this and that. So one must remember, today all these countries, small countries, our neighboring countries, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, they are no match for India in any way. But today these countries have become against India only because of the wrong foreign policies pursued by the previous Congress governments. Narendra Modi came to power in 2014 and now only 6 years. In 6 years, we are trying to correct the wrongs and mistakes committed by the Congress party and the previous government. So therefore, it was the Congress party which spoiled the entire relationship with the neighboring countries. And today we are facing for it. Today we are just facing. So therefore, this India-China border dispute is not new. It is there since 1962 and it is continuing. But India has warned China. We know how to protect our land. Not even a single inch will be given to China. They can't take it like it happened in 1962. It is no more. China must also remember that India is also a nuclear power. India has got armies superior to many countries today. Even China can't test our army strength. We have a beautiful Air Force power with us. We have naval power. We have artillery powers. So therefore, Indian army is well equipped for any situation. But India is a peace-loving country. We don't want to attack any country. We don't want to have enter in anyone's land. We just want to protect our land. This India-China war, we don't want to say that it is a war. We don't want war at all. We want peace. And high level, at the government level, the Xi Jinping, Mr. Modi, and Defense Minister level, also talks are going on. However, you must remember, China must also remember that don't provoke India. If you provoke India, the consequences will be very bad. Today, what has happened in Galwan, the casualties, how much Chinese people have died, and it is not the question. But our martyrs, we bow our heads to them. We pray for the families' well-being. We pray the Almighty that their souls may rest in peace. Today their sacrifices will not go in vain. We are here to protect our borders, either by with China or with Pakistan or with any other country. Today China is provoking Pakistan. Today China is provoking Nepal. Today China is trying to provoke the other neighboring countries. But India has the moral support of majority of the world powers, world countries. Today many countries stand by us. Many countries stand by us because India is a peace-loving country. So I only request the opposition parties, mainly Congress party, that not to spread falsehood, not to spread fake news, not to insult our army, and not to make politics of this situation. India should stand one, because China has got several friends in India, and Congress party definitely is one of the tacit friend for them. And Naxalites are there who are being funded by Maoists are there who are being funded by the Chinese. How do they get arms? How do they get training? What they have done in Nepal, they are trying to do in India. We must be careful of the Chinese design. They are trying to internally disturb us through Pakistan and other countries. They are trying to disturb our youth by spreading the ideology of Maoists, which is an outdated ideology. Now today, China is trying to capture our Indian markets. It is now time that we must think local, and we must see that local goods are sold, local goods are purchased, and we must fight this economic war with China and other countries to survive ourselves. And with these words, I think now the Indians and Indian community as such, we are with the army, we are with the Indian government, and we know how to protect our country. Thank you.